I don't see him.
Viego.
Nice, nice. Holy smurf,
Go
good
flash,
job, guys.
Flash,
I slow her.
I slow her again.
Nice.
Well,
Finish,
I
finish,
guess
finish.
that works.
Hello everyone and welcome to week 5 of Riddle Ready Check. Now if you watched our mic check or watched our official games, you would know that we had a 1-1 week last week against Dusty and Tricked from Group A. Now the week before that we did play against Singularity, meaning we only have 3 teams left to play in Group A, which are all this week in a 3-day week. We play versus Resolve, we play versus BTXL, and we also play versus Granite Gaming. Now there's a big difference between the teams that we have to play in the group this week. Now BTXL are at the top of the standings with a 6-2 record, but Resolve and Granite are kind of near the bottom, just above Dusty in the standings, so it's going to be a week of 2 halves, as you could say. This will be our first 3-game week in the NLC this split so far, and will probably be our last based on the scheduling. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'll leave that up to your opinion. But just to recap quickly when these games are, we play against Granite on Tuesday at 22 CEST, we play against Resolve on Wednesday at 21 CEST, and we play against BTXL on Thursday at 18 CEST. Now let's have a deeper dive at some of the teams we have to play against this week. Now Granite Gaming sit at 3 and 5 in the standings so far, and they actually haven't won a game against a Group B team so far, which obviously goes into our favour. They have looked strong at times though, they have beat out BTXL. BTXL have only dropped 2 games this split so far, so that's a big statement from them. Their Danish duo of Muta and Babro will definitely be looking to get one up on our Danish duo of PlayStation and Gooby in the bot lane. With Riddle having some really strong performances this split, we should have the game in the bag pretty easily. The second team we play up against is Resolve, the newcomers to the NLC. Now Resolve have made a change in their roster this week. They have took out Fast Leggett and put in their new Resolve Academy support. Resolve Academy are near the top of the standings in the UKLC, so it's going to be a strong player coming into the NLC, and let's see how they'll do against us. Now Resolve are struggling even more than Granite this season. They've only got 2 wins on the board right now. Those 2 wins are also against teams that are either equal or below them in the standards, meaning that they are kind of where they should be this season so far. Now this game will be a question of whether their new support can revitalise the team, bring them up and kind of bring them on that last ditch effort for playoffs at the end of the split. And our final game is the one that everyone should be watching and everyone will be waiting for. It's against BTXL. Now BTXL are a team that have looked quite off the ball this split so far, not looking as strong as they usually would in the NLC. They've dropped games to teams like Granite, and overall have looked kind of on the same level, maybe even worse than Tricked and Singularity have in Group A, meaning that this game for Riddle coming in is going to be a really good game and is definitely winnable for both teams. And with Riddle having some really strong performances against the top teams, it means that this game is very winnable for both teams and can go any way. With there being 2 games between Riddle and the playoff spot right now, which is currently held by Nordavind, it means that this 3-game week is even more important than it usually would be. Now Riddle need to take all 3 games if they're going to have any chance of keeping up with the likes of Galaxy Racer and Nordavind, which are the 2nd and 3rd teams in the playoff spots right now. We are at the halfway point in the split, and if we can take some wins against these teams like Galaxy Racer and Nordavind, it'll put us in a very strong spot, especially for the 2nd or 3rd playoff spot. And just to remind you about these games, we have the Granite game on Tuesday at 22 CEST, we have the Resolve game on Wednesday at 21 CEST, and we have the BTXL game on Thursday at 18 CEST, so make sure you're checking all these out. They're going to be some great games. And make sure you're checking out our mic check that we put out last week as well. It's definitely a banger, showing our games against Tricked and our banger against Dusty, which is definitely worth checking out. And as always, thank you for supporting us on the socials, and thank you for supporting us in Twitch chat when the games are on, and keep it up. Thank you and goodbye.